Hello everyone, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Thursday, October 19th, 2017. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
Please remember, everyone, you can help support our show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet. In addition, we do go live Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Alaska time on Facebook as well as YouTube. And if you have stories that you would like to submit, please throw them onto our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/iRedditcast, or just search iRedditcast on Reddit. Anyway, Nathan, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty done.
Yeah, you're pretty done?
Today was the day after a holiday, which I guess Alaska Day shouldn't really count, in my opinion. But,
holiday.
You know, we're closed that day, so whatever.
Holiday.
Yeah, so it was the day after a holiday, so everyone wanted to fucking come in today, and I was already running around the building before my lunch break, and normally I get to actually work until my lunch break. Like on files and stuff. I was still technically working, I guess.
It was just busy work helping other people.
Yeah, when I could have been focusing on helping other people in a different way.
Sure. No, I understand.
Yeah. But, I mean, whatever.
My day was not very productive.
Yeah.
Like at all.
That's fun. I love those days. Those are my favorite kinds of days.
Like, I had someone that called and asked a question, and I spent like 2 hours trying to find the answer, and I don't think the answer, like, actually exists.
Oh.
Because I don't think it's something that my office actually has any, like, sway over in any particular form at all.
So, I mean, all you can really do is tell them the rules and be like, sorry.
But yeah, basically, like, they're wanting to know, you know, in terms of if these people travel because of their job, can they campaign there if they're not, you know, working at the time? And it's like, I understand why you're asking, but there's literally nothing that says they can't, really. I understand why it sounds, you know, sketchy as fuck, because it kind of does. It's like, I work, so I'm going to travel here, and after I'm done with my work there, before I travel back, I'm going to campaign as a candidate. From everything that I could find, at least in the hours of searching today, I mean, there's literally nothing in the law that says they can't, so...
I mean, you could always request anything, really.
Yeah, well, and I mean, with what we have currently and with what precedent has been set in the past regarding law, that nothing says they can't. So, interestingly enough, politics.
That's all you can really do, you know?
Yeah.
10.
Michigan introduces a new awful bill to ban community broadband.
This is submitted by Philo1927 to our technology.
There are several communities across America that, in order to combat the telecommunications giants like Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, etc., what they do is they begin to institute community broadband or community internet that is instituted on their own infrastructure. A lot of times they also will partner with Google for this, in terms of, like, you know, you'll hear that, you know, your city has partnered with Google Fiber in order to actually get that stuff installed. And right now a bill put forth in Michigan, which is House Bill 5099 by a brand new representative that just made their way in there, Michelle Holtenga, would basically make it impossible.
Is that how you pronounce her name?
Is that an L or an I? Hoytinga. I'm sorry. Hoytinga. Because that I looked like an L, so it's Hoytinga instead of Holtinga.
There you go.
Yep. In any case, it would basically make it borderline impossible for them to put in any of their own infrastructure, which means that AT&T wouldn't have any opposition whatsoever in terms of the market.
Well,
seems real fun and fair, right?
No, not whatsoever. I think that's fucking stupid as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Hoytenga's fault, right?
Yep, and if it does pass, it'll even make it where currently existing projects to put in municipal broadband will have to be put on basically permanent hiatus or canceled entirely.
I really wish Michigan can come to some senses and be like, oh, sorry, Hoytenga, you fucked up.
The only people supporting this are, surprise, surprise, AT&T, CenturyLink, Charter, Comcast, etc.
Places with infrastructure already in.
Places that want to take control of things and make money their way with no actual competition.
All right, so I feel like everyone who uses the internet is pretty much at war with most ISPs right now.
Yeah, nobody likes their ISP. I've not heard anyone besides places that have Google Fiber or have municipal broadband, which is what this is trying to fight against. Everyone else that actually has like a large company that runs their internet, like, well, we deal with them because we don't have any other option, but they fucking suck.
Yeah, this is definitely an issue that needs to be addressed and fixed, and is definitely not in any capacity being either of those.
Especially because even in the places where you do have more than one choice, most of the time it just becomes a duopoly where those companies are in cahoots with one another, making sure that neither one truly outdoes the other, so it's two people controlling the market instead of one.
Mm-hmm. And in this case, they're like, is there anything against duopolies, or is it just monopolies?
Well, and even monopolies, it's really hard to do anything against them. For instance, like up here in Alaska, GCI pretty much has a monopoly. But the problem is that it's not GCI's... Oh, okay, it is GCI's fault. But there is no one... They have a monopoly because there's nothing else that can... That there is nothing else. There is no one else. Because, for instance, like, NVIDIA, which makes it like a large number of your computer parts, was about to have a monopoly over both processors and graphics cards because AMD, which makes AMD processors as well as Ryzen processors and graphics cards, they were about to go out of business. And the American government said, NVIDIA, you need to stop whatever it is you're doing because AMD can't go out of business because of your business practices, because then you would be the only ones. And NVIDIA went, shit. What are you trying to say then? You're not allowed to push AMD out of business. Why not? Because then you'd have a complete monopoly. So NVIDIA had to invest and help AMD stay afloat. Now, that said, in Alaska, we technically have ACS, but it's not actually competition. But at the same time, while GCI has a monopoly, it's not their fault, really, because like AT&T was going to come up here, backed out of it. Google was going to come up here, backed out of it. People aren't actually coming up here for the competition.
Yeah. It's interesting because these places don't want to put in the infrastructure to cause competition, and it's put us all in quite a pickle.
Well, and it just... There's not a good answer to it either, because while we'd like them to do good business practices, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to.
Chris in the YouTube chat says, hey guys, in Canada there's 3 ISPs and any smaller company is owned by one of the big 3. So they have like a triopoly in technicality.
Well, and it's a lot like in America when AT&T got ripped apart and then they still had control over everything just in multiple pieces, and now they're slowly putting those pieces back together.
Right. I don't like any of this. I don't have the answer.
It's a difficult problem without a very clear answer, because really the best answer would be for the ISPs to not be dirty dickbags, but that's not going to happen.
That's kind of hard. You're asking people to go against human nature.
Oh, I know, and that's why I said that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's just not happening.
But hopefully this bill fails at the very least. We can hope for that.
And if you live in Michigan right now, I hope you are aware of this at least now. And you should branch out to your other Michiganites and tell them to stop fucking around.
Michiganites. All right.
Yeah.
9.
Brazilian man who went viral on video showing a stray dog that peed on him returns to find the pooch the next day before adopting him.
This is submitted by Barbie Museum to Our Uplifting News. Aww.
So this video got shared all over Facebook. This dude, it was a security camera footage. This dude just sitting on the curb, messing around on his phone. This stray dog walks up to him and just hikes the leg right onto his back, just pisses on him. And the guy, like, stands up like, what the fuck? And he, like, tries to kick the dog, and the dog scurries away, and the dude, like, takes his shirt off, and then his day is, literally ruined with, like, as much as you possibly could be. He came back the next day. The dog was still around. He tried to find the dog's owner. He couldn't, so he just took the dog home and adopted it.
Yeah, but he tried kicking that dog. That's kind of fucked up.
Okay, Nathan, if a dog pisses on you...
I would cry with tears because it's so cute.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if I believe you.
Dogs touch my heart in ways that nothing else can.
Dogs touch my heart in ways, but I'm not sure how stoked I'd be for one to piss on me.
All right, so let's just compare this. I've been pissed and shit on constantly by children. I don't think a dog peeing on me is going to be that big of a problem.
I will accept that comparison and argument, sir.
8.
Trump offered a grieving military father $25,000 in a call, but didn't follow through.
This was submitted by Trilbo Baggins to Our Politics. Dude.
I think he's friends
fucked
with...
up his name. It needs to be Trilbo Swaggins, but...
Trilbo Swaggins, right there next with Flex Trillerson.
Exactly. Trilbo Swaggins. That's fucking...
Quick, Nathan, go grab that Reddit username.
I'm gonna fucking pull that up so I can change my fucking Steam to it. Blech.
In any case, so this is not regard to the soldiers that fell in Niger, if you want to say it the American way. This is actually about Army Sergeant
SoundCloud for Trilbo Swaggins. I'm investigating later.
Dylan Baldridge. Dylan Baldridge was 22, and he was fatally shot by an Afghan police officer that he was training at the time. Now, we don't know the full circumstances.
Was it an accident?
We don't know.
Oh, okay, you were getting through that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Now, during the phone call between the gentleman's father and President of the United States, Donald Trump, Trump apparently offered the man $25,000. The reason behind that actual statement was because the man and his wife, who was the son's mother, had been separated, and on the life insurance policy for the 22-year-old soldier, the $100,000 policy, all of it was supposed to go to the mom. So that means the dad's not going to get anything, and the dad apparently was in a real hard spot in life, though Trump offered to give him $25,000. At this point in time, he has not received that check. A statement from the White House spokesman Lindsey Walters says that the check has been sent. It has not gotten there yet, and so now they're on their, fake news train. Boop, boop.
Well, we'll find out in a couple days. And
Probably.
Then we'll also find out that the check was lost in the mail.
Well, I mean, the thing is let's not immediately just go to slam Trump on this, because Obama made a similar commitment and it didn't get fulfilled for 18 months.
That's fair. I would have slammed Obama on that too.
And Obama basically said, he was like, I'm super busy. I totally intended to do it. I never wrote the check, and I'm sorry. We'll send it now. And then they did.
Yeah, but Obama's at least honest about it.
Well, and I mean, it could have been the same situation on Trump's side, too.
Yeah, but I'm inclined to not believe him because he's a lying motherfucker.
That's true. Dude, I saw this fucking post on Twitter the other day. Well, it was a picture of a series of posts on Twitter that said all presidents lied. Obama lied. Hillary lied. At least Trump's honest and open about his lying. And someone was like, yep, there it is. It only took 10 months for Trump supporters to turn his lying into a positive thing. It's like,
yep. How do you fucking justify the goddamn president lying to you?
I got nothing.
Because he's open about lying.
The only thing when it
That doesn't make it any better.
No, it doesn't. The only thing that worries me about situations like this is, it's good, it's generous that, he is making this $25,000 contribution. My brain just always flashes back to, the number of people's lives that were ruined by, Oprah giving them money because of the amount of taxes it incurs.
Yeah, and not only that, some people just didn't need money. They needed some other shit.
Yeah, so...
Oprah's just like, nah, fucking give him a goddamn car.
Which bad idea.
Lifetime supply of scarves.
Judge shocked to learn NYPD's evidence database has no backup.
The NYPD has no backup?
Nope.
This is submitted by Vertigo State to our news.
So they have a $25.5 million contract to have this entire database installed. And if anything were to happen to it, the main database, the data would just cease to exist. They have no backups, no data backups, no hard drive backups. If anything happens to that computer, that server, it's just gone.
Now it is a race.
The reason that this came to light is because the New York City Police Department is currently under investigation over the amount of cash that has disappeared. Because
that does not surprise me.
It doesn't surprise anyone. I mean, there's across the world, there's a large amount of problems with cash forfeitures. That officers will find, we got this guy on a drug thing. He had $2,000 in cash in the back seat. We'll log that into evidence, and then that $2,000 in cash just never shows up anywhere else ever again.
Which I have some problems with forfeiture like that.
Oh, there's lots of problems with police forfeiture, civil forfeiture across
Yeah.
the country, especially in the United States, and that's being addressed. We've talked about that previously.
Fucking robbery, man.
But in this particular case, it is the investigation of the NYPD, because the judge is requesting, as well as a few different organizations are requesting, full documentation of where this cash is, what happened to it, where did it go, where did it get placed, and all this stuff. And the NYPD said it can't comply with those requests because the system that they have for their database was not set up for those type of requests. And they're like, okay, well, can we just pull the data? And they're like, no, because it's not set up that way. Well, can we get one of the backups? There aren't backups. Wait.
What?
What do you mean there aren't backups? Oh, there's no backups of that information. So are you just lying to me so you don't have to give it to me? No, literally, there are not backups. Why not?
Yeah, that's not how you go in and about your business. Yeah, even a cloud, at least a cloud.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, that's fine. That's some shitty situation for you, NYPD.
Hopefully they start getting it backed up, because otherwise, I hope nothing bad happens.
Yeah, NYPD, back that up.
6.
Ted Cruz tweets Zodiac Killer confession, extending the internet's favorite meme.
This is submitted by Chumunga64 to R Not the Onion. I fucking knew it. He's a damn fucking Zodiac Killer.
Okay. And there's still not been any comment on this. So, Ben Sasse sent out a tweet. Oh, God. Sent out a tweet.
Yeah, keep going.
That basically said, full disclosure, I was wearing my Lee Harvey Oswald was framed t-shirt in response to a particular tweet. And in response to that, Ted Cruz, with no other context whatsoever, just sent just the photo of the Zodiac Killer's confession. Nothing else. No,
He fucking did it.
no words, no comments, no nothing at all. And
First he fucking liked porn. And now we have a full-on confession.
well, and the thing even better than that.
Yo, why is Ted Cruz better on Twitter than fucking the president?
I don't know, but at the same time, and like, still, none of his team, not him, not like his assistants, no one has commented on it.
How?
I don't know. Now, that said, I mean, realistically, there's no way for Ted Cruz to be the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer, I mean, by regular human lifespan standards, died well before Ted Cruz was born.
All right, yeah, but really though,
But really, though,
dude, he's totally the fucking Zodiac Killer.
he's the killer.
He's also that guy from The Office.
Yep. And he likes stepmom incest, stepmom lesbian porn.
It's a common thing. Just saying.
Yeah, you just saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go to a website and not see that within the first 4 or 5 things.
Yeah. Speaking from experience?
No.
No?
5.
Theresa May will not fund sprinklers for tower blocks despite promises made to the contrary in the aftermath of the Grenfell Tower disaster.
This is submitted by Moggleflop to Our World News.
So,
Wow, another dickbag.
yeah, we talked about the Grenfell Tower disaster before, talked about how because the building was not up to fire code, it was made out of very flammable materials, and because they didn't have proper system installed, it just kind of led into a horrible, when fire started, the whole building went up like a friggin' match and just killed everyone inside. Now, in response to that, Theresa May said, they are going to figure out how to update and, bring these buildings so that stuff like this doesn't happen, because the same materials that were made for that building, there are several other tower blocks that were made out of that same exact stuff. However, when a proposal
Have they started changing that, by the way?
this doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
This proposal was put forward to get sprinkler systems put into several buildings, and Theresa May said no. Now, there have been a couple...
That's not positive.
Well, there have been a couple of people that have spoken out about it, and the thing is that the discussions being put forward is that the sprinklers are not the only issue that needs to be looked at or addressed, because one of the other problems with the Grenfell Tower was its siding, what was on the outside, was essentially match paper. The other,
nitrate paper.
The other problem is that with the proposal that was put forward, it would be additional and beneficial. It would not be essential. It was extra that wasn't required to meet fire safety standards.
I still think you should install them.
The other question that was proposed was because it is very difficult and expensive to put fire sprinklers retroactively into a building, to put them into a building that wasn't built to have them, compared to, I mean, it would almost be easier to just take the building down and put a new one up.
Right, but they made promises.
Yeah, but they're politicians.
Then they absolutely need to get out of the fucking office.
Well, that's, yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised Theresa May's still there. Didn't they have, like, a snap election recently?
Yeah, she barely kept her seat.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
At the same time, though, we'll see. As long as, like, if they can get it to a point where another tower doesn't, kill like 300 people, that'd be great.
Yeah, here's hoping.
4.
Like,
Channing Tatum pulls "Forgive Me" film project from the Weinstein Company.
This was submitted by Bunyip Pouch to our movies.
So, "Forgive Me," Leonard Peacock, is a story dealing with the issue of sexual abuse. It focuses on a young boy whose life was torn asunder by sexual abuse. He was being completely pushed forward by Channing Tatum. He has since pulled that project. At least he's not necessarily canceled, but he's dissolving his relationship with the Weinstein Company because he
irony.
Yeah, exactly. Now, some people are already criticizing him about, well, you still have these other projects that are with him, and it's like, we don't know the specifics of the contracts involving those. And also, it would look really bad to make this film under their company in regards to what the film is about.
Yeah, also, you don't know how far along those other films are. Like, they could have already wrapped up shooting.
Yeah, especially because it amazes me how quickly movies are shot now, by the way. Like, all
right, so whoever says acting is an easy job is absolutely fucking wrong.
Did you know most movie shoots now are 3 months or less?
Yeah, I do.
They have to get everything in like 3 months.
Mm-hmm. The director, dude, it's awful. Fucking anytime you have a moment to sit down and watch the behind the scenes of like The Hobbit, do it, because Peter Jackson was so fucking haggard.
Well, that's
I
like
felt
they
so
did.
Bad for him.
What was it? Well, they did the entire shoot for Episode 8 of Star Wars in like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
That's oh god. How long were those days?
Fuck, they had to be longer than like 12 hours. Some days at least for some of the crew. Maybe not the actors, but like the editors or like.
Well, the editing, like when I say the shoot, it's literally just the filming. The editors end up getting like a year to finish shit up.
Well, okay, so there's also like the makeup artists who have to sit there and fucking do like 4 to 8 hours of makeup depending on the type of shit that they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So just then and that, you have a full fucking day ahead of you.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
3.
Twitter was warned repeatedly about this fake account run by a Russian troll farm and refused to take it down.
This was submitted by Matt Azahata to Our World News.
So this account was open for 11 months, even though they were warned well into it. And it had amassed 136,000 followers in that time. And this account was directly tied to several other accounts that were directly associated with the IRA, the Internet Research Association.
Oh, okay, not the Irish. What it was like the Irish Republic. I don't remember.
Don't know. In any case, that was the troll organization out of Russia, and they didn't take it down for the longest time, and no one can figure out why. They didn't take it down until what was it?
Irish Republican Army. Also, individual retirement account.
They shut it down in August, and it was permanently suspended.
Okay, in August.
And it went down in August of 2016 when it had been up since November of 2015.
So I mean, they just knew that it was up.
They knew it was up. They knew what it was.
Well what it was doing.
Yep. Now Twitter has already not spoken out about this. They've declined to comment.
Yeah. I would have fucking called that.
You want to know what makes it even better? So not only that, like, the way that they know that this was such a fake account, one, is because Twitter can see that it was coming from Russia. Two,
What are you talking about? Fake news.
Two, the Twitter account was at 10_GOP, and it was impersonating the Tennessee Republican Party. And the Tennessee Republican Party themselves messaged Twitter to say that that was not their account.
And they just left it up?
Even better, in regards to both this Twitter and this Facebook Russia, involvement ads things, one, we could see they were coming from Russia. Two, we could see how much they were doing. And three, they even paid in rubles. And these companies were just like, oh, that's cool, thanks.
Oh. Okay. Sure. That's cool.
And it's not like they were reported once. No, this account was reported over and over and over again.
How? Okay, so that's some shifty shit right there. They were deliberate in their actions.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was wrong on those numbers. It went up November 2015 and was taken down August of 2017.
Oh.
So even longer.
Oh. Fuck. God damn, Twitter. Well, it suck.
I mean, Twitter's basically bankrupt anyway. It doesn't surprise me that they're trying to hold on to anything that would give them any money.
2.
New Mexico will restore evolution to science standards.
This was submitted by Hobbs 305 to our news.
Yep, the new proposed school science standards are being revised after a public outcry, after the deletion of what people are, the majority of people believe are rather important things like global warming, evolution, and the age of the Earth itself.
We can figure that out?
The age of the Earth, yeah.
That's super fucking cool. I didn't know that.
But the idea is that
Is it because it's like the Earth is like a fucking... like a tree and it has rings of rock?
In some ways, yes. In most ways, no. It also involves like carbon dating and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But in any case, all that information has been removed from curriculums in New Mexico, and it is now going to be returned.
That's good. I didn't know it was removed.
Well, that's because we're not in New Mexico.
That's fair. There's apparently a lot of like meth down there.
Oh no.
That's what Breaking Bad's about.
2.
Nope.
1.
There we go. Dogs produce more facial expressions when humans are looking at them than when they are offered food.
Or when they're peeing on them. This is submitted by Fatherly HQ to Our Science.
Or when they are peeing on them. That is quite accurate. So this study, in addition to one other, basically shows that dogs have emotions, that they truly love you, and that they respond to you, your actions, and your affection. So this one is involving a lot of facial scans. The other one that I'm referring to that I don't have a link to because I watched it and read about it on Facebook was involved several brain scans done on dogs to see how their brains react to different things like being given affection by their owners or being offered food. And basically what it comes down to is that your pet loves you.
No shit.
And they are genuinely happy to see you. And not just because you give them food, either.
That hurts. But in a good way.
We don't deserve dogs.
We don't. Dogs are so perfect. Bullshit, dogs don't get to heaven. All dogs go to heaven.
All dogs.
The heaven that I don't even believe.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
Nathan, what did you care about in the last 24 hours?
So there's that article that was really fucking awesome. It was scientists finding the perfect spot to build an underground colony on the moon.
Did you read it?
Yeah, it's in lava tubes.
Yep.
The one that they found could fit almost the length of 4 fucking what was it? Richmond's, the fucking, not the actual
Philadelphia.
place, but or Philadelphia, the ship, USS Philadelphia.
No, the city.
Or no, what?
Yeah, the entire city of Philadelphia could fit into it 4 times.
Oh, fucking crazy! That's even crazier. I thought that was a ship.
Nope. And
I like that.
The reason that this is such a big find is because one of the biggest problems that we'd have with setting up a colony on the moon is protection from the sun's rays, because right now on Earth we're protected by our atmosphere, by our ozone layer, and also trying to figure out how to build something that would keep us in. Whereas if there's an underground area, well, it's already built. You just have to, air seal it, and then the sun can't get to you, and then you can, put all your equipment and people in there.
And artificial lighting. So Matt posed a very interesting question when I was talking to him about it. He's like, why the fuck would we ever want to colonize the moon?
The main reason that you'd want to colonize the moon is kind of like a jump. Like, you go from Earth to the moon and then from the moon to anywhere else.
That's what I said. And he was like, what's the point of doing that when you can just launch from the Earth? And I was like, because the moon doesn't have, like, atmosphere that you have to break out of. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, you literally just leave.
So, I mean, there's that. Also, the other thing that I cared about is if you go to the Humble Bundle website, you can get Sid Meier's Civilization 3 for free for the next 1 day, 14 hours, and 28 minutes.
Oh, humblebundle.com.
I'm going to drop a link in the chat.
What is it, under monthly? No, it's under store. Bet it's under store. Yes, free for a limited time. Give it to me.
Yep, so I'm going to be collecting that.
Add it to my cart. Thank you. Check out.
I thought about starting a YouTube channel, or putting a thing on my YouTube channel, since I haven't actually done anything on it, where I go on Steam and I pick a bunch of really shitty dollar games, and I sit there and I play them, and I was going to call it $1 Dives.
That's pretty good. You should do that.
I mean, it's cheap and it's a lot of fun. It's a good starting. And I have a couple dollar games already, like Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015.
That one's pretty awful, Nathan. Like,
the game's so fun. Man, if you don't like showering with your dad, I don't know what's wrong with you.
I'm trying to figure out how to claim this damn thing. Oh, there it is. I found it, Nathan. I'm redeeming it right now.
Yeah, I'm about to claim it too.
Nice. Nice. Okay. I honestly didn't care about much of anything in the last 24 hours. I have a really busy weekend coming up. Yeah, I got fucking nothing. I really don't. I tried, but it was a pretty uneventful 24 hours.
I think the most I cared about today really was that, it's fucking Thursday and it felt like a Monday.
I care about one of my friends getting his first date in 7 years.
Oh, thank you. I'm going on it fairly soon.
I thought you were going not
in 7 years.
Didn't you go on a date yesterday?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, sad. No, it's another friend of ours. I don't think he'd want me to say his name on the air, so I'll say it after the show. He got set up by one of his semi-coworkers, someone who they work in the same building as him, but they're not actually his coworker.
Well, congratulations, dude, that I probably know.
You do know him.
Congratulations, dude, that I do know. I'm really proud of you, and I hope you know.
I hope you know, too. All right, that's it. Let's get out of here, everybody. That's your 370th dose of the internet. Please remember to follow, subscribe, share us on all forms of media. That is YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. All of those are at iRedditCast, and, of course, submit your stories to the subreddit at iRedditCast, or you can send it to us in an email, feedback.ireddit@gmail.com. And that's it. That's it. We're out of here. Nathan, anything before we go?
No. All right. No.
Cool. I'm Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
And please remember, everybody. Nope.
Don't get bullied!
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.